Hi, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Don't forget, creator of this DVD right here, you can get on our new store, quantlabs.shop. Just look for that DVD at the bottom. How to trade like a boss. Cool things. Also, we've got our books over here at our site here. Get all that through our new Shopify account. So let's do the performance comparison of forex and crypto. Why don't we look at whatever our motive wave comes up with? Okay, so why don't we just do our forex and CFDs first, just to show you how abysmal lately things have been. Looks like we have a bit of a pop here. Actually, we have some nice moves here. Okay, so we are right now, motive wave, British pound is moving up 0.67%. I haven't seen that kind of move in a long time. Pound against the Canadian dollar. And I will tell you, I think it's because of the unemployment news and good positive news in the UK. So that's definitely an economic driver of that. Let's see the USD pairs. USD pairs here, the US, Norway, I wouldn't trade that in a million years because that is clearly the spread is too expensive. We also have here US against Mexico, can be good, but again, spread cost. Euro against Norway, don't ask. Euro against the Australian dollar, that's not too bad, but still, I'm going to show you the crypto and why it's better. Canadian dollar, forget. CFDs we'll look at in a minute. Australia, again, still negative because of those bushfires. So looking at the CFD markets, wheat's up, XAU's up, sugar's up, the bonds and that's it. So the agriculture is clearly doing all right here. But let's see the charts that we had opened up yesterday. So sugars are a clear winner right now. USD, CFD, CHF, I don't like that trade anymore. Corn, that's going to start going flat. What was there? So we had XCU. Clearly, no performance there. So what we have here, from what I'm seeing under CFD, if I was to do it, is the wheat, USD, and I'll add the forex in a minute. So they're not, like, compared to cryptos, you'll soon see. It's nothing to brag about, but I don't know why, man, but forex and CFDs are still fairly popular. So let's check out that. So I'll save that chart for all you analytic folks. Okay, so let's look at the forex, what we're going to potentially see here. The Australians, so the euro against the Australian dollar is interesting. So maybe I might add that to see how that performs. But if you were to sit on capital, this is not the best way to capitalize or allocate your capital. You see how flat it is. But I'll make it available to you all that follow along. What else we got here? I also do a scan on this market as well. So euro against the Australian dollar, maybe. Norway looks good, but the spread cost is way too high. We can see here the pound is doing all right. So pound against the Australia dollar, I'll add. That's the British pound as well. GBP against the Australian dollar. All right. So what else did we want to add with the British pound? Pound against the Canadian, I'll go with, and pound against New Zealand, I'll go with. I'm sure those will drop off pretty soon, but it's not the best, but it's all because of one report of one economic news. And we'll do that. We'll do the, looks like the templates have been applied. And then we will make this available to all of you. And then one more pair we were going to add is the New Zealand. Okay. Oh. So after this, we'll check out our crypto. New Zealand. All right. Boom, ba, boom. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That might actually pop later tonight if the British pound continues to move up. It's all because of the economic news. Pretty sad, I think. Okay, so that's that. Let's go over to our crypto. So here's our crypto. My apologies. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, so let's check out what we put on yesterday. It was a number of them. Or let me just check on the, let me go back. Let me go back before I forget to do this. So we have our forex and CFD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a scan. I haven't done this in a while. So we have our 4-hour time frame, and I'll just do a quick scan among 30 forex pairs, see what looks good for a long-term basis. Takes a little bit of time, and we're only going to look for long opportunities. All right, so we're halfway done. Takes not too long, which is good. And then after this, we'll do the same thing with the crypto, and we'll repeat ourselves here. So right now, we are looking at almost done. Boom, it's done. So we have some long. Australia dollar, that's a short. And again, what I'm looking for is to see the target higher than the current price. Australian current dollar, that's the Canadian dollar is looking like it's going to go down. That's what it's saying here. Euro, US, it's all shorting. If you were to short, these are great opportunities. Okay, so we already have the pound against the Canadian dollar, or do we? That is saying it could move up. So it looks like we don't. Oh, yeah, we do. There it is. So let's go back to our scan results. So pound against the yen. Let me add that as well. So we have pound against the yen. Okay. So I'll add that to GBP. GBP against the Japanese yen. That might be an okay pair from a long term if it looks. Yeah, I don't like that, but it may bounce. But I'll keep an eye on it later on if I do more scanning. We also have US Canadian. I'll pull that up. That looks good. That's a short there. USDKK, USDK Mexico, I'll have to ignore. And Australia against the US dollar. So the one that looked good was the US Canadian. That might be performance on the oil price. So that will be impacted by oil price. So this may be a good long-term trend that we should keep open. So that's the US Canadian, because there's anticipation of oil to go up. So that is a commodity currency. So we want this chart to save there. Boom. Okay, so that's all available to all of you. So let's go on over to our crypto. So we have here XAG against USD, sugar against USD. That's been a good winner. Wheat against has been trending up pretty good, but it's definitely in the clear channel there. XAG USD may come back. I don't know. Euro against the Euro against the Australian dollar. I don't know long term if that's going to hold. German against the Australian dollar. Sorry, the pound against the Australian dollar. That may start doing well once England comes out of Britain comes out of Brexit. Again, maybe the British pound may be our savior instead of the Australian dollar, which was late last year. British pound against New Zealand as well. That's looking good too. The US Canadian may shoot up because of the commodity price as well, tied to oil. So that's what I'm thinking there. Okay, so let's look at our other one, the crypto. Okay, so crypto is this one. Okay, so yesterday we put on some calls. Dash against Bitcoin. These are private coins. Let me just see this current status of where we're at with our charts here. Okay, so this is crypto in US dollar. Not much movement. You can see Waves is still doing good. XMR is doing okay. OMG and XRP are winners there in the Bitcoin space. All we have is OMG and Waves. So we are back in bear market territory. So let's see where things go. That clearly with Dash against BTC is clearly mean reverting. I'm going to look at the 1 day. That's going to help me judge overall trend. This is a tough one if I'm going to keep that open. Zcash looks good. XMR, let's see the 1 day trade. So that's a tough one. I don't feel comfortable with that one. Waves looks like it was bouncing back, but it's come back down. XRP, it's too volatile. Let me see the daily chart here. Yeah, I see you get these big moves and these big downswings the next day. Same here, and it just gets slapped back down. These are mean reverting models that you need for these pairs. Again, this is classic mean reverting. That's a 15-minute chart on Stellar against Bitcoin. Yeah, it looks like it's mean reverting. LTC, definitely mean reverting. Ethereum, let me see the daily chart here. So that's mean reverting. So Bitcoin is hitting that trend. That's long-term support. So that's something to watch for. Okay. So I like Dash. Let me see. That's a daily chart. That's definitely a winner there. Zcash looks like it has something there. XMR, you can just see it on the daily. It's kind of trending down. You might get some intraday pops there on Monero against BTC. Yeah, so just got an alert there. Waves, 1 day, that's looking pretty good actually. XRP, oh, that's a tough one. I don't think it's coming back. I don't see any sort of trend that says even on a weekly. Let me just see the weekly here. Yeah, it's bear market down. I'll keep that open. But I don't get too excited about it. XLM, same. Litecoin. These are mean reverting on a daily time frame. This one's clearly moving down, but XRP has been getting in a lot in the news just from that. I think that will move up on an intraday level. Again, that is mean reverting. Bitcoin, it's clawing back against the US dollar. So I'm going to keep these open. Question is, what do we do? Do we do the hour? Do we do, judging? So that's a 1 day chart, 15-minute chart. Okay, I'm going to keep the minute charts available. Let me just make sure we're getting the right template. Yes. Okay, I'll make these available again to all of you on the analytics front. So Zcash is definitely on its way back. It's very volatile. It's hard to trade that except if you're here to here. Those are slight big moves, but these are, you know what? I am going to slow it down to maybe a 1 hour. That's mean reverting. 6 hour, let's see here, 1 week. That's definitely doing pretty good. So we have an alert there for BTC. The 1 day chart I do. I have a funny feeling the 1 minute. Let me show you the 1 hour. I think we're going to get some up moves. I'm going to keep it on the hourly chart, folks. That's for the Zcash Bitcoin. So I'll update that chart as well. Okay. So XMR, that's a tough one. 1 day, mean reverting. 1 week, been trending down. 15-minute. I don't know. This is a tough one. I'll keep that open, maybe. All right. So I'll do the chart there. Next up, waves. 1 day. I do like that. I do like that. So we'll move that over to a 15-minute chart. And then we'll do a save to chart. Save to, boom. XRP, to be honest, is not my favorite. 15-minute, you do get these massive upswings. It could be doing something here. Let me just reapply that and create the chart, back her up. All right, so we are up to Stellar. Daily, looking good there in the last few days. 15-minute chart. Yeah, I can definitely do that. And then we shall do a chart on that. Boom. All right, so we have Litecoin. That's a daily chart there. Will it come back on the long term? Tough to say. Tough to say. Okay. So Ethereum, same idea here. Let me just show you the new mean reverting that we have. This is the mean reverting strategy here. Let me see if we can show you the VWAP. Supposed to be, there we go. So this is a new mean reverting strategy I'm looking at. It's a combination of the HA coal in motive wave mixed in with the VWAP with the standard deviation band showing. Usually what you'll see here on the VWAP is you can see here that sometimes, just sometimes, that you can build strategies around this, okay? So this is, what time frame is this? This looks like it's an hourly. No, it's a 15-minute chart. So you can see here, if I was to show you in this range here earlier today, we can see here some entries that we can use potentially here, the VWAP. This is the regular average VWAP entry here, and then maybe just here or here that we could say those are standard deviation 2, which is normal of an exit. But even if I was to apply on top of this the study of volatility stop, let's just see what it does. This is just standard what we're doing here. Just to show you visually. There's no volatility stops here for this trade right here, which is kind of weird. I would have thought it would have hit. But here you can see it's working on this exit here. But if I go back to the 15-minute chart, volatility stops are not being triggered. So the VWAP on its own with this one here, the Heiken Aishi, what do they call it? Let me just see what this, so you know, Heiken Aishi candle oscillator. So what we've got here is it's in a long mode, which it visually is. But if you go back to here, this somewhat works. I mean, really the long should have been terminated here, this oscillator. But if you follow here, we have a long, so we trying to figure out what is the best entry. Does it mean when our VWAP hits the price, or the price hits the just the regular VWAP, and then we use, let's say, the standard deviation VWAP. So what I'm referring to here is this guy right here on the VWAP. These are the standard deviations. So we're looking at band standard deviation 2. Okay, so that's what we're looking on here on the green, is that we have this wick hits that, and so does this one. But we could also throw a momentum in there as well, or rate of change, to make sure it's still positive. Or we could just rely on this Heiken Ashi as well to see if we should stay long. But you clearly, as I showed earlier, the volatility stop's not working. So in essence, when you look at the daily chart, this will work for mean reverting strategies for sure. And then when you look at Bitcoin as well, I could apply that strategy, but I think on an intraday level, we're definitely hitting momentum depending upon the time frame. But if you look at the hourly, you can see it moving up quite a bit from just here at 85.24 all the way up to 91.73. So that's a $600 move in one day, or in a 24-hour time period. That's a big move if Bitcoin still has its momentum. But that's pretty good for the overall crypto space if the momentum holds. When you go onto my Facebook group and you look at all the alerts about XRP and say, oh, for sure it's going to move. When you look at XRP here, you can see XRP on the daily time frame. That's just a crock of crap. There was a time frame in September, yes, but when you look at the more recent moves, especially here, if you were just to watch on a daily, you would have gotten a nice upswing, and the next day you would have got clobbered and lost your money if you held on to that position. So XRP is not really to be relied on yet. You may start to see some activity, but why trade that? As I said, we have two other coins here that are doing much better on a daily time. Look at that. That's Dash and BTC. That's really good performance, and nobody's talking about that, right? Or when you look at Zcash as well, as another one that's been doing pretty good in the last, few days. That's movement. That's crypto moving, and you won't hear about that on Bitcoin, but we'll see this in our alerts, okay? So that's why it's important to trade. That's why I like to trade crypto. So when you look at the comparison between forex and crypto, it's like, why ask yourself to waste your money on little tiny moves with forex when you get, might seem small, 0.400402, all the way up to almost 50% move in less than, it looks like a 5-day move. You would have made 50% on Zcash. No leverage needed, right? So that's just Zcash, and it was with Dash. If you were to invest here, 64.19, you could have gone all the way up. So yeah, sorry, let's say 600 just for simplistic sakes. You would have gone up and doubled your money with Dash, just between somewhere in around here, January 5th, all the way up to, in 10 days, you would have doubled your money in Dash on a daily basis. So that's why I love crypto, because nobody talks about this stuff. Oh, somebody had a question. Very good. Very good. Okay, so hi, how are you? I'm doing all right. Salah, hope all is well for you. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. So these are the ones I'd be watching: Zcash and Dash. XMR, too volatile, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to have a strategy built around that, as I just showed you earlier. Waves may be coming back, but I just showed you the two best right now: Zcash and Dash. XRP, but let me put these back to 15-minute and get everything reapplied. But coming back to the conversation of like 50% return in 5 days and double your money in 10 days with both of these coins, why waste your time on forex? Okay, so if you're out there, you know what I'm referring to. For those that are following along, I know because I'm hearing from you on that, and good times ahead, man. No matter what you hear, and this is in a fairly bear market, even though they're hyping XRP and BTC. All right. So if there's any other questions, let me know. But again, this is why I like crypto over forex. All the laws with forex is just pointless. But whereas these can be easily traded on Binance, these two coins here. So hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Okay. So we'll leave it at that. If there's any other questions, let me know. Let me just recap what we got here. As I said, we've got our books available at quantlabs.net/book. They used to be free, and now charging them only for $1 because I moved everything over to Shopify, and we need to for the tax BS and all that. Also, the DVD still is available. It's now shippable. Let me show you again as I open up with a video. This guy right here is now available. You can get online 2 hours of videos. If you want to be able to get these kind of returns, okay, right here, these kind of moves, doubling your money in 10 days, there's a video on showing you how to build a trading bot for that right there, okay? And that's just Zcash as well. That was Dash. And then, of course, we've got our daily view as well, okay? These are your best performing 2 crypto coins, doubling your money in 10 days, was it? Or doubling or getting a 50% return in 5 days. Right there, that's what you need to learn how to do that by building your Python trading bot. You can get it over at the DVD. I think a fool would want to spend thousands of dollars just to trade stock. Nothing wrong with stock. I'll be looking at stock. But crypto, I don't know what more I can tell you. Let me show you these again. That is Zcash. You can see that move right here on the daily. It's been doing pretty good. Look at that tear over the last few days. People are missing that kind of move, okay? And then once again, let me put that back to the 15-minute chart. Okay? So people are missing that move, okay? And I don't know why they waste their time spinning their wheels on Forex. It's a complete waste of time. And the new regulations and laws that are coming into place, okay? And we haven't been talking about is your broker cheating you? And then you have Dash and BTC as well. I mean, look at these moves. I mean, seriously. I mean, you want to pay to get stupid results, that's up to you. But these are the big moves that you want, okay? So once again, you want that trading bot. The Python trading bot will help you here for that, okay? So that's where it's at. I'm going to start building out my microcap strategies for Motive Wave. If there's any other questions, let me know. I'm ready, but man, oh man, I don't know why. And this is all on Binance. Anybody else got any questions out there? All right. We'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. And again, I don't know why people are missing out on this. Doesn't bother me, man. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.